Lumos! Welcome back, witches, wizards, and muggles, to a place where we unbox, review, and explore. And today we have another Noble Collection wand unboxing. Accio wand! Oh, there we go. There we have it. Vincent Crabbe. That's right. Vincent Crabbe's wand right here in the flesh. If you don't want to miss any videos, you guys click that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell button so you get notified when I start going live or making another wand video or whatever kind of video I might be doing. But right now, I need to unbox this thing. And fittingly, we have a black box. And a black foam, as always, to keep everything nice and protected. And here we go. Vincent Crabbe's wand right here in our hands. It's time. Who's ready to take this out of the box with me together? All right, here we go. Out of the box for the first time. Okay, this is a heavy wand. Look at this thing right here. It's different. We got that trademark right there. If we can get it to focus, come on. There we go. And 2018, just like all the other wands. But not only do we have the wand, but we have the golden nameplate right here. Vincent Crabbe. I love these things. We got the nameplate, we got the wand. It's time, everybody, for a closer look. There he is. Take a look at Vincent Crabbe, a recreation of the famous wand. Take a look at this wand. It's got more of a natural wood color, kind of like cedar, with very little gloss to it. A little bit of black mixed in there. This wand is of unknown length, unknown wood, and unknown core. But I gotta tell you, these colors are amazing. And this wand does look a little rough around the edges. I gotta remind you, this one is actually very heavy. And we hit the tip, and right there, that golden name tag that I can't get enough of. I've gotta tell you, this wand is actually better than I thought. When I was doing some research, I thought this wand was going to be the ugliest wand I'd ever seen, and it exceeded my expectations. I could tell you that this is a very nice wand. It's pretty rough around the edges, like right there. It's got some dings. I don't know if that's supposed to be there, but it's very rough, as if he like kept banging it on the side of the desk or something. But the colors in this flow together really well, and I really like it. And this one is on the heavy side. I'd say pretty close to Mad Eye Moody's. That is what this one reminds me of right here. So let's give it the test. Close to no flex at all. Now, Crabbe wasn't a very good person. He did perform some magic with this that did kind of do his bidding, but we'll get to that in a little bit. This wand was bought around 1991 from Garrick Ollivander, and this is just a really nice wand. But like I said, you know what? Unknown wood, unknown core, unknown length. You guys, this is a big reoccurring theme that I'm actually beginning to have a problem with, because I like the types of wood, I like the cores, and I like to know the length. But you know what? Being in a muggle world, they got these weird things, measuring sticks. I don't even know how they get them in here. I don't know how these things work. It's weird. All I know is I pull this out, it's got numbers on it, I can measure something. So we can know one thing for sure about this wand, and that thing we can know one thing for sure, this wand is, holy crap, 15 and 3/4 inches long. So this is a very long wand. So let's look a little closer. So it does have a little nicks and stuff, but I think that's on purpose. Right here, the tip of the wand, we got 1, 2, 3, about 4 tiers right there, or 5 counting this. So that's very nice. And then we got the neck of the wand, or the handle of the wand, sorry, the neck of the wand right here, and the shaft of the wand. So this wand is very comfortable. It's perfectly straight. It's got a slight bend to it. But I think that the curvatures in these wands are more of like a production flaw. But each and every wand is going to be produced a little bit differently. They're not going to all be perfect. So I don't put anything against production flaws. I just value it as that's how the wand is. It gives it a little bit more character. I'm not going to nitpick and say, oh, this is crooked, I got to get a new one. No, it gives the wand character because, honestly, how many actual wands would be perfectly straight? Because, believe it or not, most of these wands would be handmade. Not machine pressed or not, mass produced. But I honestly really like this one. And we got the golden name tag right here, you guys. I can't give these things enough credit if I can. These ring lights are just terrible. There we go. Vincent Crabbe right there. I love these things. They keep the wand protected. Carefully put them on right there. No one's ever going to ask you, hey, whose wand is that? Because it's right there. Now, okay. So, let's talk a little bit about Vincent Crabbe. So, there's actually not much we can say about Vincent Crabbe. So he was one of Draco's cronies, I guess. One of his bullies, the brown trio, or I don't know, the terrible trio, whatever you want to call it. He was slow. He was basically like a bodyguard. Like, I'm just fat and I'm slow. There's not really much I can say about him because he was just slow. He liked to eat, and he was just a bully. He came from a family of Death Eaters, and so kind of like Draco, he fell into the position that he was in. It's unfortunate. It does happen in real life. Some people have rough families and they get raised, or they see how their parents act and they go, okay, I need to do that. So that's kind of what happened with him. And there's one scene where Harry and Ron have to convince Crabbe and Goyle, or not convince him, but they have to drug him to take out their hairs to use the polyjuice potion to find out what the monster from the Chamber of Secret is. So they thought they could get Draco to convince them that he wears the heir of Slytherin. So they Wingardium Leviosa, some cupcakes right in front of them that I think had a sleeping draught in it, and boom, they were out. Right? They already had like an armful of food, just dropped it, and got the cup, so they're really slow, they're really dim-witted. But, they did accomplish a lot. Crabbe, Vincent Crabbe, he was in the inquisitorial squad. He was Quidditch. I think like 5th year, but it seems like it was sooner than that when they all kind of got on the team. And I don't think it was really talked about that he was on the Quidditch team because he was more thought of like a bodyguard type person and kind of like in the background. Maybe it's in the books. I'm rereading the books, but in the movies, I don't remember them much, talking about them. I do remember when Draco joined the team. I think it was 2nd year. I want to say 2nd year. So for some reason, I just assumed Crabbe and Goyle both got on the team as beaters. But I guess it was their 5th year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put it down in the comments. That's what I found. I don't know. I don't know if it's right or not. He was obviously a Slytherin, being on the Slytherin Quidditch team. He had a tough time. I want to say he had a tough time performing complex spells because he did perform, I think, the Cruciatus curse when he was in the Inquisitorial squad. It's kind of weird because he performed those kind of spells because, you know, his family was dark wizards and everything, and Inquisitorial squad with Dolores Umbridge, and they were trying to, you know, take over the school and everything. But one thing that kind of surprised me but didn't surprise me was that he could not produce a Patronus. And now that I think about it, I don't even think Draco could produce a Patronus. The only people who really talked about producing Patronuses were like the teachers, you know, the adults, and the people in Dumbledore's army. I don't know. He just seemed really clumsy to me. Crabbe seemed really clumsy, and one of the perfect examples why he seems so clumsy. He didn't even have the wand very long. I think it was in the Deathly Hallows where Harry went in to the vanishing cabinet. No, the room of requirement. Harry went into the room of requirement to get the tiara. To get the tiara, and he found it. And then Crabbe, Goyle, I think it was Crabbe and Goyle at the time. I think Goyle was a new character. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. They were running around, and Crabbe set fiendfyre, which, if you don't know, fiendfyre is one of the things that could destroy a Horcrux because it's a cursed fire, dark magic. So he set fiendfyre, except either his wand wasn't obeying him, or he didn't know how to end the spell. He didn't properly know how to do it. Maybe it was just a spell that he'd heard of and thought he'd try it, and he couldn't get it to go out. So he's going like this, and eventually he looks at and he just chucks it into the fire. So he was trying to escape from the fiendfyre wandless, and he was climbing up and climbing up, trying to reach Draco. Draco had his arm out. He fell, and that was the end of Crabbe. So, really clumsy person. Just a big bully, really. But his wand is amazing. And, you know, the rigidity of the wand, I guess, in the end, it didn't obey him. Because one of the reasons, in order to do dark magic, you have to believe it. You have to really want to cause harm to the other person. And it could have been that fiendfyre didn't work properly because he didn't really want to do it. He didn't really want to cause harm. So, you know, there's a little bit about Vincent Crabbe. Alright, and there we have it. The wand unboxing, review, and exploration of the character behind the wand of Vincent Crabbe. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I urge you to click that subscribe button and especially hit that bell because I do go live from time to time, and you will never know because I don't have a discussion tab or anything like that. You just got to click that bell button so when I go live, boop, it pops right up, and so you don't miss any wand unboxings. And I hope you guys like this wand. I would say go out and buy it. This thing is amazing. The pictures do not do it justice. But I just can't wait till our next unboxing. So that being said, until next time, everybody, Nox!